Welcome to GripeCast with your host, Alex Hernandez. This show is dedicated to consumer technology news and pop culture. GripeCast is owned by TECHAERIS. Visit TECHAERIS.com for the latest tech reviews, news, entertainment, and pop culture. Now sit tight, the show's about to begin. All right, welcome to the least listened to podcast on the internet. This is GripeCast, episode 31. Welcome to my Rumble viewers and everywhere else viewers who are watching and listening to this podcast today. Hey, I want to really quick, there's a couple things I want to do before we get into the subject matter of today. First, I want to bring attention to my locals community, trying to build out some stuff and create a tech community where you guys can gather and talk tech and just, be with like-minded people. So, Rumble is connected with locals. So if you jump over to, if you have a locals account, join my community and we're going to build something there. You can subscribe. There's free subscription tier and then there's, paid subscription tier. So, I'm working on the details on what I'm going to be doing with the paid subscription tier, but it'll all work out. But in the meantime, make sure you join my locals community. And the other thing, I have a new GripeCast shirt on my shop. I will link that below as well as the community. And you guys can buy the shirt if you like. It's a great looking shirt. I like it. And there's also, if you go into my shop here, there are other shirts on there as well. So yeah, GripeCast t-shirt, the first one. I might, change up the design here and there. I might add one or two. But for now, I wanted to start with one, and I think it looks fantastic, and hopefully you guys would buy it. Just so you know, it's you see the price there, $22.95, but we do run sales every now and then, so you might want to wait. Sometimes we run them down to $15 or $16, which is a reasonable price, I think, for a t-shirt. All right, well, let's jump into the topics of the day. And first, one more house cleaning subject I got to get into. I posted 2 videos this past week on my ASUS S14 laptop, and I had to take those down because I screwed up yet again. And I was not supposed to post those. So if you're looking for my ASUS videos, they are not on Rumble or YouTube right now, but they will be back as soon as I'm allowed to repost them. So apologies to everyone for taking them down, but I had no choice, and they will be back. But thank you so much. All right, I want to talk a little bit. Speaking of the ASUS videos, those particular videos have done pretty well, especially on YouTube. But now I know why. Why? Because I wasn't supposed to post them in the first place. So, so people were looking for them. So I was pretty much the only source for them. But what I wanted to address today, and part of the headline or my thumbnail is trolls. One of the reasons why I have not made as much video content as I'd like is I've always had an issue with trolls and bad comments. I'm just not a fan of people who are just mean for no reason in particular. And so I've kind of avoided doing video as much as I would like. But I decided, because of these 2 videos and the response I got from them, and I got some really good comments that, at least on YouTube, that were positive and encouraging, and just ask questions, and that stuff I like, and I like interacting with people and being able to discuss. And when you have trolls, it's really hard because they're just there to tear everything down. But anyway, all that to say that I am going to be making, as I'm doing with my podcast here, I'm making more videos, and I will continue to make unboxing videos. Don't look for review videos, at least yet, because right now my main outlet for reviews is writing. I write. That's what I do. I've done it for years, and that's what I. So I do written reviews, but I am going to definitely be doing more unboxing videos, unboxing and overview videos. So keep an eye out for those. Those will be fun to do. My setup here is difficult. I'm working on lighting. I'm working on different things. I've got cameras that I'm trying to utilize to do a better job recording, especially my unboxing videos. These videos here is not too bad. I have this camera here that I'm looking at you. I'm trying to look at you, but I have screens I got to look at too as well. So, but then I have another camera that I use for my unboxings, and it's not working out the way I want it. So I've got I'm using my iPhone camera now. I did an experiment last night, a test run on an unboxing, and I think that might work pretty well. So I'm just looking for ways to make this better, I don't want to do B-roll stuff, and which I might throw some B-roll in there. I do have a gimbal they sent me I have to use, so maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get some B-roll shots of some unboxings, but I'm just trying to clean it up a little bit and make it a little bit better production, a little bit, not so much the production, but I want to be able to showcase the products that I'm unboxing a little bit better than I have in the past few videos. And the space that I have is very limited, so it is what it is, and I'm working my way into trying to get that squared away to be better. So, all right. So today I thought I'd have a little fun with tech headlines for Wednesday, September 19th, 18th, 19th. What's the date? Whatever date it is. So we're going to, this is kind of random and fun. And I'm just going to go through some tech headlines, and we're just going to see what's out there in the tech world and see what's interesting, and I can just comment on it. I'll read a little bit of the articles. I haven't even chosen any articles. I pulled up Bing here. Yes, Bing, because I don't use Google. So I pulled up Bing and went to the news tab and clicked on technology. And we are going to look through what the mainstream media is talking about and have some comments and see what my thoughts are. And hey, if you're in the chat, this is live. This is on the live stream. If you're in the chat, please talk and chat along and discuss with each other and give us your thoughts. So, and anytime you're listening, if anytime you hear a pause, it's just me drinking coffee. Cheers. And that is fresh coffee. That is very hot. All right. First one I saw this when I pulled this up was the ancient megadwarfs mystery extinction finally solved. So let's take a look at that. Ancient megadwarfs mystery extinction finally solved. All right. It says a new study uncovered the likely cause behind the mysterious disappearance of dwarf hippos and elephants that once roamed the Mediterranean island of Cyprus. Researchers have concluded that Paleolithic humans, arriving on the island around 14,000 years ago, were responsible for driving these unique species to extinction in less than a millennium. Corey Bradshaw of Flinders University, Australia, led the research, which challenges previous assumptions that a small prehistoric human population couldn't have caused such rapid extinctions. Speaking to Newsweek, Bradshaw said that previous claims dismissing human involvement in the extinctions were due to several factors, including poor quality archaeological specimens, outright denial of human presence on the island, and the persistence of the noble savage myth, which leads people to mistakenly believe that non-industrialized societies couldn't significantly impact the environment. So, I didn't even know, dude, that there were such a thing as dwarf hippos and elephants. That's something that's new to me. How about you? Remains of dwarf elephants displayed at the ACUMUS Geology and Paleontology Information Center in Panoradis. And I'm going to pronounce a lot of things incorrectly. So here's some bones and whatnot from these elephants and hippos. They want to blame it on something beyond human control, like climate change, he said. Cyprus, an island in the eastern Mediterranean Sea that today has a population of more than 1 million, sits about 40 miles south of Turkey and 60 miles west of Syria. It is the third largest Mediterranean island, 140 miles west from east to west and 60 miles north to south. So, yeah, during the late, just kind of explains everything here. Modern elephants, so here, this is a good explanation. During the late, whatever that is, Pleistocene, an epoch lasting from around 130,000 to 12,000 years ago, Cyprus was home to only two specimens of megafauna, the dwarf elephant weighing around 500 kilograms or 1,100 pounds, and the dwarf hippo, which weighed around 285 pounds. By comparison, modern male African elephants can weigh 13,000 pounds. Wow, that's significant. Wow, did you know that there was dwarf hippos and dwarf elephants in the this is new to me. So it says by comparison, hippos can get up to 6,600 pounds. Both dwarf species vanished shortly after human arrival, leaving scientists to question the cause of their demise. Research team combined data from various disciplines, including paleontology and archaeology, to create models of what could have happened. These models accounted for human energy demand, diet composition, prey selection, and hunting efficiency. Quote, we took hippos and elephants out of their respective populations as a function of how many people were in Cyprus at the time, how efficient they were at hunting, how much effort it took to process the meat, and how much food they needed to consume, Bradshaw said. Quote, when the offtake was greater than the animals' replacement rates, they quickly go extinct. All right. So there you go. That is the ancient megadwarfs mystery extinction finally solved. They say finally solved. I call BS on that because there'll be something along the line where they're going to say, oh, new discovery this and new discovery there. All right. So interesting stuff, though. I like science. I like archaeology's fun. I like archaeology. All right. CNN, Instagram will force millions and millions of teens into protected accounts. All right. Instagram on Tuesday announced its most dramatic effort yet to protect young users from dangers on its platform, implementing a new teen account now. Teen account settings that will automatically make millions of teen accounts private and restrict what kind of content those users can view on the app. So what is stopping teens from creating a new account and not saying their age or lying about their age? I don't know that this is really going to be that effective. Might make parents feel okay, but I don't know that that's going to be that effective. But I've only read one paragraph, so let's move on. The change to how Instagram lets teens use its platform comes nearly 3 years after the explosive Facebook papers first drew mass attention to the risks the platform poses for young users. The new restrictions are also designed to push teens to adopt parental supervision through the app. Instagram will automatically apply the new teen accounts settings to all users under the age of 18. After the update, 16 and 17-year-old users will be able to manually change the app back to their preferred settings, but 13 to 15-year-old users will be required to obtain parental approval for any such changes. The new teen accounts settings build on more than 30 well-being and parental oversight tools parent company Meta had rolled out in recent years, such as take a break, nudges, and restrictions on age-inappropriate content, like posts about eating disorders. Despite those early updates, the company has continued to face criticism for placing too much responsibility for safety in the hands of parents and, in some cases, teens themselves. Parental supervision tools, for example, rely on teens letting parents know they are on the app. Pressure on Meta to do more to protect teens ramped up again after a new Facebook employee turned whistleblower Arturo Bejar said in November a Senate subcommittee hearing that Meta's top executives, including CEO Mark Zuckerberg, ignored warnings for years about harms to teens on its platforms. Keep your kids off social media. we don't. That's. I don't think that kids need to be on social media until they're 18. That's my personal thought on all of this. It's a cesspool, just like comments are. It's very trollish, very, and there's a lot of garbage on these platforms. Even X, I know that everybody praises Elon for buying X and making this and doing that, but there's a lot of garbage on every. Garbage doesn't hold a political view. Smut and garbage is just smut and garbage. It doesn't matter who it's coming from and what side it's coming from. In general, I say keep teens off of social media, and just, I know it's easier said than done. But that is my recommendation, and that is what we do with our kids anyway. There are no social media apps on their devices, and their devices are, we use parental controls for everything. So we really have to protect our kids against the stuff that's out on the internet. But at the same time, confront it and explain it to them. Let them know. That's one of my big things. Is it's not just taking something away and saying, no, you can't have this. Instead, I tell them, you can't have this, and this is why you can't have this, and explain to them why, what dangers are there, and when they get older, as they learn now, when they get to be older, they'll be able to make better choices and understand and navigate a little bit better, in our opinion, in my wife and I's opinion. So that's how we approach it. So social media, Instagram is a no-no. Facebook, X is off limits. Everything is off limits as far as social media goes. They do have messaging with their friends and Signal with their friends and real life friends, not online friends. So that's a huge thing too. I think people need to get out and actually be social in real life and not online. So hey, that's my opinion. What do you guys think about all that? That's a good cup of coffee, I tell you. All right. Let's see what else we got. We went to CNN and Newsweek, and just so you know, I have a byline in Newsweek. I wrote for Newsweek a few times during the lockdowns. They reached out and they asked me to write a couple tech articles, and so yeah, I have a byline in Newsweek. I probably have like 7 or 8 articles that I wrote during that time, and they were very specific on what they wanted. They wanted me to write like tech tips for lockdowns and what you can be doing while you're locked down and stuff like that. So it was very specific. It wasn't anything that I chose to write. It was an assignment. So and looking back on it, I found them kind of silly. I'll link my byline down below in the show notes. All right, let's see. Supermassive black hole spotted starving galaxy to death. That's also on Newsweek. If you notice, the news tabs on all of these search engines, they favor the mainstream. Reuters, CNN, Fortune, Time, PC Mag. So those are all mainstream corporate-owned media companies. And we are independent, and we like it that way, and we're going to stay that way. All right. Weather concerns as SpaceX plans launch to deliver European navigation satellites. Not a big deal. FDA authorizes first over-the-counter hearing aid software to be used in Apple's AirPods. So that was a big announcement. And one of the big announcements at the Apple event was that AirPods Pro were now going to be able to function as a hearing aid. So I guess the FDA has authorized this. So let's read about it from Reuters. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration on Thursday authorized the first over-the-counter hearing aid software that is intended to be used with compatible versions of the Apple AirPods Pro headphones. Earlier this week, Apple said its AirPods Pro 2 could now be transformed into a personalized hearing aid via an upcoming software update that would boost specific sounds in real time, including parts of speech or elements within a user's environment. Now, hearing health features will be available this fall for AirPods Pro 2 users in more than 100 countries and regions, Apple had said. Once installed and customized to the user's hearing needs, the software enables versions of the AirPods Pro to serve as an OTC hearing aid, OTC meaning over-the-counter, that is intended to amplify sounds for 18 years or older people with perceived mild to moderate hearing impairment, the health regulator said. Hearing loss is a significant public health issue impacting millions of Americans, said Michelle Tarver, acting director of the FDA Center for Devices and Radiological Health. More than 30 million American adults report. Okay, those are just statistics. Okay, so that's the gist of it, is that FDA has approved Apple's AirPods Pro to be used as over-the-counter hearing aids. Pretty cool. For those who are using AirPods Pro and have hearing issues, this is going to be a great thing. What's pretty cool about it, first of all, let me just mention that this is not new. This is, Apple didn't invent this. There are several other companies that do hearing aids, kind of headphone hearing aid type things. Because when you think of hearing aid, at least those of us who are older, you remember that the ones in the ear that go in and they kind of paste on the back, and they're very specialized, right? But technology's gotten so good on headphones that they're able to use headphones, just earbuds, as a hearing aid. And there are other companies that do this sort of work and have been doing it for a few years. So Apple's just, once again, taking some technology that's already been out there and implementing it within their own product. I mean, it is. I'm sure that they presented. I can't remember the exact, because I watched the Apple event, but I don't remember the actual portion of the event where they talked about these hearing aids. But they certainly did not invent the tech. But it is cool to be able to buy, just over-the-counter headphones that you're able to, and for a reasonable price. I can't remember I think these are $299. I could be wrong, $249 maybe. So it's not a bad price. You get Pro hearing aids that are prescribed to you. Those are going to cost you quite a bit more. So it's good. I think it's a good thing. Although, again, Apple didn't invent it. All right, let's go down and see. Google faces new antitrust trial after ruling declaring search engine a monopoly. That's old news. Why is that? I mean, it's 9 days ago, but that was reported it was a month ago or so that we learned that they've been declared a monopoly, although we already knew that. It's not news, really. All right. Comprehensive list of 2024 tech layoffs. OpenAI, Project Strawberry. This is old stuff here. 1 month ago, 8 days ago. Let's see, what else? Do we have any more current stuff here? Come on, Bing. What's wrong with you? Fortune TikTok is grilled by skeptical U.S. judges while making its first arguments against Biden. I don't know what this is, but let's open it up and see what it says. TikTok is grilled by skeptical U.S. judges while making its first arguments against Biden's unprecedented potential U.S. ban. Oh, okay, so yeah, let's ban TikTok. And that's been on the table. I mean, Biden wants it now. Trump wanted it a while ago. There's a lot of argument against it. There's a lot of argument for it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we ban TikTok? I don't know. And at one end, I can see the harm that TikTok does, and I can see that they are controlled by the CCP, and they have a lot of influence over young people, and there could be a lot of propaganda being propagated through that. But let's just read this real quick, and you guys chat and let me know what you think. TikTok squared off today in its first court challenge of a law that would force the Chinese-owned social media giant to sell itself or be banned in the U.S. Under the legislation signed by President Joe Biden in April, TikTok would be banned across the country unless its owner, the Chinese tech company ByteDance, sells its stake in the video streaming app. The measure stems from national security concerns that Chinese government could access American user data through ByteDance. TikTok told the court today that the law would have staggering outcomes for free speech in America. If a ban were to take effect in January, but the company faced if a ban were to take effect in January, I'm reading too fast. But the company faced tough questions from judges who echoed lawmakers' concerns about national security. So that's been the big thing, is the national security and how ByteDance parses Americans' data and what do they do with it. Because, ByteDance its affiliation with the CCP is well known. And we know that, we're not that friendly with China. Where did I know? Okay, the company has support from free speech advocates who say banning TikTok would affect how large swaths of U.S. users express themselves. With roughly 170 million Americans on TikTok, the app has exploded from a site for videos, clips of dancing and singing, into a place where users, especially young generations, seek out information. For roughly 2 hours this morning, lawyers for TikTok and the U.S. government fielded questions from judges who showed skepticism about whether the platform is entitled to display and moderate content with the same freedom as a U.S. company, while its parent company is based in China. So that's the gist of it. Is again, we're back on the TikTok bandwagon here. What do you think we should do? Is that should foreign companies involved in a business that collects data from American citizens be regulated? Should it exist? Especially companies whose government we are not exactly friendly with and who have an active relationship with the foreign government that we don't have a good relationship with. I don't know. I am not a lawmaker. I've gone back and forth on this idea, because I can hear the arguments on both sides, but it's very difficult to parse out my own full, I can't get on a side 100% yet, because it's really hard. It's hard to, I'm built, there's people that are built in ways that they can instantly take a side and be like, yeah, this is the way it should be. But I'm built where I take information from all sides and I consider it all, and then I form an opinion. But this one's really hard because I can see both sides of the argument. I lean more toward not banning TikTok, but like the article said, having someone else own it, and getting it out of the control of the element that could do harm to our country. So, but yeah, let me know what you think. Talk it over and put your comments down there and let us know what you think. AI leaders discuss the technology's transformative potential. This is on Time magazine. Yes, I'm using Bing, guys. Oh man, trying to zoom in for you, and that's not very nice. All right, let's see here. Inventor and futurist Ray Kurzweil. I'm convinced Ray wants to live forever, and he's excited for AI, and I'm convinced that this guy is he wants to cheat death. But maybe I'm wrong. But he is pretty excited by AI, I gotta say. So is Elon Musk. On Neuralink, everything like that. All these things I think are designed with not one goal, but one of the goals, I think, of AI, Neuralink, and a lot of these other technologies that are coming out now is people are looking for a way to cheat death. That we wanna live on. Some people want to live on, and we may get there someday. I don't know. It's not certainly something I want, at least right now. Maybe I change my mind when I'm, hopefully 90 years old and laying in a bed. My ideal scenario is to pass away quietly, and without knowledge of it. That would be great. If God gives me that, that is a blessing right there. So, inventor and futurist Ray Kurzweil, researcher and Brookings Institute fellow, oh man, I can't pronounce that, Okolo, his last name, director of the U.S. Artificial Safety Institute, Elizabeth Kelly, and Cognizant CEO Ravi Kumar discussed the transformative power of AI during a panel at Time 100 Impact dinner in San Francisco on Monday. During the discussion, which was moderated by Time's editor-in-chief Sam Jacobs, Kurzweil predicted that we will achieve artificial general intelligence type of AI that might be smarter than humans by 2029, guys. 2029, an AI, AGI, it's called artificial general intelligence, is going to be smarter than you and I. That's scary. Nobody really took it serious until now. Kurzweil said about AI, people are convinced it's going to either endow us with things we'd never had before, or it's going to kill us. Again, this is one of those arguments where I'm in between. I see both. I see that there could be good things from AI, but I also see the dangers of AI. But I lean more toward, I feel like if we continue on the path we're on, it's going to become sentient, and we're going to be in trouble. Maybe I've watched too many movies, but maybe not. Cognizant sponsored Monday's event, which celebrated the 100 most influential people leading change in AI. The Time 100 AI spotlights computer scientists, business leaders, policymakers, advocates, and others at the forefront of big changes in the industry. Kumar discussed the potential economic impact of generative AI and cited a new report for Cognizant, which says the generative AI could add more than $1 trillion annual. Okay, I don't really care about the money. Let's see what Kurzweil says down here. Kurzweil said that he was excited about the potential of simulated biology to revolutionize drug discovery and development. By simulating billions of interactions in a matter of days, he noted, researchers can accelerate the process of finding treatments for diseases like cancer. See, and that's why this is where we get in with tech, right? It's the way they sell it to you is we're going to find ways to cure this, and we're going to find ways to cure that, and it's good for humanity because of this, and it's good for humanity for that. But in the background, they're developing these technologies to give you better medicine and better healthcare and better and to cure certain diseases. But they're also working on weapons. They're also working on defenses. They're also this is all being worked on in the background. So, it's part of the game, unfortunately. But that is, I'm not going to read any more of that. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about AI and this new artificial general intelligence, and what do you think about AI being smarter than us in just a matter of 5 years? Thoughts? Drop them below. Let me know. Hey guys, that is it for this episode of GripeCast, the least listened to podcast on the internet. Please follow, subscribe, like, comment. Follow us on all the platforms. Go to locals, join our local community. Subscribe to us on Rumble. That is going to be our main channel. We will be on YouTube still, but we are going to grow Rumble and locals, and we are going to go after that. So make sure that you're part of that. Let's grow Rumble past the current landscape that it's in, and let's get some more content on Rumble that is more interesting beyond politics and world events that are going on that platform right now. Want to bring some tech stuff and some more podcasting and entertainment stuff. So as I grow, thank you for growing with me, and hey, take care of yourselves, and we will talk to you on the other side.